Before we go any further, just want to say today's video is going to be brought to you by Fandomion. If you want to buy some really awesome anime merch from My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, and Haiku, and so many other anime, I recommend using my link in the description box to check them out. And there's free worldwide shipping on orders over $39. You'll also get an additional 5% off using my promo code down below. For any of you guys who might be interested or on the fence, I highly recommend checking out their website. Pay attention to the size chart. That'd be the biggest thing I would tell you guys. But with that being said, though, let's jump back into today's video. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations. And today I want to talk to you guys about a follow-up to the last episode review, Boruto, I believe episode 209. Essentially, in that actual episode, a lot of us went into it thinking, oh snap, we're gonna be going into Himawari, going to the Konoha petting zoo, and potentially a follow-up episode to Kawaki and that stray dog. And as we all know, this actually ended up being a more character-driven episode that really dealt with Kawaki's personal demons and his internal conflict, and I was a big fan of that. However, I want to actually talk about whether or not Naruto's made a huge mistake by bringing in the character of Kawaki, and I want to approach this from two sides. I definitely want to approach it from the side of, yes, this was a mistake, but I also want to defend Naruto and kind of point out the fact that what you see going on with Kawaki and the whole Isshiki stuff is essentially inevitable. Anime only fans, no worries, I'm not going to go into spoilers for the stuff that's getting ready to happen, because the anime is getting ready to ramp up once again after we get through these transition episodes that actually set up the Isshiki Otsutsuki revival arc, which is absolutely insane when you get to the plot twists that are coming. However, I want to say this right here. Naruto definitely made a mistake, because essentially he's put himself directly in the crosshairs with the Kara organization, and in the crosshairs with a power level that goes way beyond Kaguya. And this is going to be one of those rare times where I actually sit down and I do some basic scaling, because I've seen a lot of people say, well, you know, Jigen's not that strong, and I did a whole video explaining why Naruto and Sasuke lost to Jigen, and then I want to explain to you guys why Jigen is on a completely different level than Kaguya and Momoshiki and Kinshiki and Fused Momoshiki. And so, as we all know, Kaguya was one of those characters that before she even fully emerged out of Madara's body, Naruto and Sasuke were freaking out. Naruto was saying that Naruto or Sasuke, one of them said, this is somebody way stronger than Madara. Sasuke has a line where he says there shouldn't be anyone this powerful, and despite what a lot of people believe, right before Kaguya got sealed away, Kaguya was stated to have gotten exponentially stronger than she was before. So Naruto and Sasuke sensed Kaguya's power at that point. And the reason why it's so important to understand why this is a mistake for Naruto is that Naruto has attracted people that have power that go beyond what they saw with Kaguya. And you saw when you get to the actual Jigen fight how Jigen just mollywopped these guys, and essentially in the manga version he knocks Naruto out of his chakra mode in 2 hits. Well, when you look at this, the reason why it's so impressive is that Naruto and Sasuke now, despite what people think, they've actually gotten stronger. And you see this when it comes to the Momoshiki and Kinshiki stuff, because when you get to the Boruto movie novelization, I've talked about this before, but I'm actually going to put the actual text on the screen. Sasuke, after he locks horns with Kinshiki and after he sees Momoshiki in the novelization take out Naruto's 1,000 shadow clones with one strike, Sasuke looks up at Momoshiki and Kinshiki and he says that these are beings that not even Kaguya could oppose. That is Sasuke after he's already fought Kinshiki twice very briefly. That is Sasuke after he's already sensed Kaguya's power. He sensed Kaguya literally at the strongest point that she's ever been at, and he still feels the need to say that these are people that possess power that Kaguya couldn't even oppose. And then this is before Momoshiki absorbs Kinshiki into his body. If anybody is a good judge of power, it's going to be Sasuke. Sasuke's directly locked horns with Kaguya in the past, and so we've seen Naruto and Sasuke effortlessly take down Fused Momoshiki, a fusion of two beings who have power that goes beyond Kaguya, and they did so without their full power. And yet when they go up against Jigen, you're in that situation where Jigen took them out, and manga readers know that Jigen had another gear inside of him that he could have actually tapped into, and the anime made Naruto and Sasuke look a lot better than he did in the manga. Again, 2 hits, Naruto's out his chakra mode, and I believe it was 3 direct hits that left Sasuke near death. So it's one of those things to where they're seeing raw power up close and personal at this point in time, and this wouldn't have happened if Naruto never allowed Kawaki to come into the village. Since Kawaki's coming to the village, what Shikamaru stated was a huge security risk has been proven absolutely correct, because Delta has come into the village, Kashin Koji has been inside the village, and you have the character of Boro. It was only a hologram, but Boro technically through that hologram was inside of Konoha. But you also have the situation where Naruto had to fight against Delta. His child was put in harm's way. Jigen almost killed Naruto and Sasuke. And so when you have that opening sequence where you see Kawaki and he's looking up and everybody all around him has just been absolutely decimated, Konoha's been burned down to the ground. That was a scene that realistically could have happened. If Jigen wanted to walk right into Konoha, there would be nobody that could actually stop him. Once Jigen went into that Otsutsuki transformation, he would have bodied Naruto and Sasuke regardless. By his own admission, Jigen said he has a nasty habit of playing around. That's the only reason why his body started cracking and breaking down, because instead of ending the fight right away, the guy played around with the guys. And so I say that part right there to actually transition over to this part. While it is easy to say that, man, like if Naruto just would have allowed this kid to be held like in maximum security at some neutral off-site location, Konoha wouldn't be under nearly the amount of stress and strain that it's under. It wouldn't be the center of attention for the conflicts that are actually coming. Like myself and manga readers, I told you, anime only fans, the opening sequences where you saw battles inside of Konoha, that was not clickbait by the anime opening. You're going to see a couple of battles that take place inside the Hidden Leaf Village. And so this is one of those times where all of this falls on Naruto's lap. However, playing devil's advocate, you also have to look at it from this perspective here. If Naruto never brought Kawaki to the village, if he never accepted Kawaki into Konoha, if he never adopted him, Jigen's plans would have came to fruition and everything would have been destroyed, and you'd have been in a situation where even when Naruto and Sasuke eventually go out there to try and oppose whoever is behind the Infinite Tsukuyomi, they would have not just gotten obliterated, they would have been killed instantly on spot at that point, because they'd be in a situation where they would be fighting somebody who does not have the limitations of fighting inside of Jigen's body. They would be fighting inside of a perfect vessel that can bring out the full power without any type of drawbacks. Naruto and Sasuke, they would have been okay if there was an Infinite Tsukuyomi, just on the fact that Sasuke's Rinnegan allows Sasuke the opportunity to actually not fall under that Genjutsu. Naruto, on the other hand, if Sasuke's not there and he doesn't blind him to it, Naruto could have been trapped under that Infinite Tsukuyomi as well. Go back to the Naruto manga. Sasuke explicitly tells Naruto, do not actually step out. So Naruto could have actually fallen under that spell, which means you could have just had Sasuke as the lone person trying to go up against the Otsutsuki that is controlling Jigen, and we all know how that would have ended because Sasuke doesn't have that actual power. So it's one of those things to where, yes, Naruto made a mistake by bringing Kawaki, but this was inevitable. At least by allowing Kawaki inside the actual village, Naruto at least has intel. And the one thing I have to kind of keep in mind with the Naruto franchise is that having intel and information gives you opportunity to come up with a strategy, and being able to come up with that strategy is one of those things to where it shifts the tide in battle. It gives you the opportunity to come out on top. And as you guys will see that are anime only fans, once you get into Naruto's next battle, it's because of that intel that is gathered from the battle with Jigen and the battle that's coming to the actual anime that a strategy is able to be put in place. It's a high risk strategy and it has a lot of costs, but that strategy was something that was put together in that meantime right there. So I think that at the end of the day, yes, it was a mistake, but it's a mistake that ultimately ended up saving Konoha, at least for the short time being. Obviously, once you get into the time skip, it looks like Kawaki's the one that destroyed Konoha. I don't subscribe to the whole theory of Boruto as a rogue ninja. I'm gonna end up having to do a whole video on that, but there are some differences between the anime and manga, and I feel like the anime's confused some people. I think that if you're holding on to Boruto being a rogue ninja, you're in for one hell of a rude awakening, but I'll talk about that in another video. But I want to know from you guys, man, do you think that Naruto made a mistake by bringing Kawaki into Konoha? Let me know down in the comment section below, but as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.